All right, so this video is all about answering the question, is Temecula, California a good place to live? I've lived here in the Valley for about 25 years now. I think I can give you guys a really good perspective on what living in Temecula is really like and what I think makes it so great. So let's go ahead and get into it. Hey guys, hey again, my name is Justin Short. I'm a realtor and team leader for the Short Real Estate team here at Keller Williams. We're based here in Temecula, California, and this video is all about answering the question, is Temecula, California a great place to live? So before I get into all the information, if you are liking real estate videos like this, do me a favor, please hit like, please hit subscribe. Obviously it helps me, it helps my channel as we're trying to continue to grow it. And then if you guys have any real estate questions, of course, you can reach out anytime. So you're gonna see my information either at the end of the video or down below. You're gonna see my personal cell phone there. So you can feel free, you can call, you can text, or you can email me. Happy to answer any questions you guys may have, help point you in the right direction. Or of course, if myself and my team, if we can help you with your home search, we'd love to help you do that as well. So we'll get into all the information. So again, is Temecula a great place to live? I guess it's not too much of a spoiler. Like I mentioned, I have lived here for about 25 years now, just over 25 years. It is where I own my home. It is where we're raising our kids. And it is where we plan to live for the next 20 years at least. So the answer is yes. I think living in Temecula, California is a great place to live. I think it offers everything that we're looking for in a place, for our family to grow. And I think it's a great option for most people to consider. So I guess it's not too much of a spoiler, but I guess really what I want to talk about is, what makes Temecula so great. And it's kind of funny because this is something that comes up quite a bit, when I've helped a lot of you guys, a lot of you guys contacted me, off of watching these videos, off of YouTube, right? And mostly what you are people that are relocating here to the area from other areas. So whether it is moving from LA, moving from Northern California, or most of you are moving from other states. So coming from Washington, coming from Texas, coming from, North Carolina or New York or wherever it may be, right? But wherever you are, you probably don't have a great feel of what Temecula is really like, right? And so it's most of you guys are relocating here to the area. And occasionally when I meet with people and they come out, they kind of the feel is like, well, they kind of want me to like sell Temecula and like kind of tell them what makes it so great, right? And like pitch them on living here, right? And I don't necessarily think that's really my job. Again, I'm a real estate agent. We help people buy and sell properties, right? So I think our job is really to consult people to help them make the right decision for them and their family. Yes, for sure. I'm happy to highlight the area and tell you what makes Temecula great, what the good things are, what the bad things are, right? But I don't really feel like it's my job to like pitch you on why you should live here, right? In fact, I'm sure there's many nice areas to live all across the United States, right? But however, I think there's some really cool things that make Temecula great, especially if you want to be in Southern California, right? Like I don't think anything I'm going to say is going to want to make you want to move here or make you move to Southern California. I think that's probably pretty far-fetched to say, but I think there's some really great things here, and I wanted to mention them and at least tell you what I think makes them so great and what makes Temecula so desirable. So number one, really the biggest plus to Temecula, if you want to live in Southern California, there is not a lot of affordable areas. So although affordable is kind of relative and price point has gone up quite a bit, over the last decade or so, it is still a relatively affordable area compared to other parts of Southern California. So right now, the average home in Temecula is about $850,000, which obviously is not cheap, right? But if you compare that, the average home in the San Diego County and Orange County and LA County is over $1 million. And really for what that $1 million is gonna buy you there is like peanuts compared to what you can actually get in Temecula. So that $1 million home in San Diego might be something that was built in 1962. It might be like 1,400, 1,500 square feet. It's probably not in a super great area. It's probably a little dated. It's probably not part of a great school district, right? as opposed to that $850,000 home in Temecula. You can get probably a pretty massive house, probably over 3,000 square feet, something that's going to be in a very, very highly rated school district, something that was probably built at the latest, probably the mid 90s, most likely built somewhere in the mid 2000s, which means you're not having like structural issues or electrical issues or plumbing issues and things like that. You don't have to worry about the roof, all that types of stuff. It's just a newer area, it's a nicer area, it's a safer area. Temecula is one of the safest cities throughout the United States. They're anywhere from the top 10 to the top 100, safest cities in the US over the last decade, right? But it's affordable, and compared to what you get for your money, you can get so much more for your money here. And I think it makes so much sense for people. And not only that, if you can't afford $850,000 home, which is a lot of money, that's the average price point. But you can absolutely buy a home in Temecula for $650,000, maybe low 600s. If it's a condo, maybe something in the mid fives, maybe even a little bit less, depending how much space you're looking for, etc. So there are some other price points that are out there, depending what you're looking for. But that is the big draw, as opposed to San Diego, LA, Orange County. Buying here in Temecula is actually attainable for people, and you can get so much more for your money. So that's number one. Number two, it's a location. So you are still in Southern California, right? We're a little more inland, so we're just north of San Diego County. We are east of Orange County, and we're like southeast from LA County. But where we're at in the middle of Southern California, you can basically access all the other cool stuff that Southern California has to offer within about an hour's drive. So where we're at, you're about an hour drive out to the beach, 45 minutes to an hour. You're about an hour drive down to downtown San Diego. You're about an hour, and all the city stuff, all the concert venues, all that, all the sports, all that type of stuff. You're about an hour drive out to the desert if you wanted to go out that way, towards Palm Springs, etc. You're about an hour drive to Disneyland. You're a little more an hour to some of the coast and the beaches out in Orange County, and you're probably about an hour and a half drive or so out to LA, and maybe maybe a couple hours out to the mountains to go snowboarding or to go see like a mountain town, that type, up to Big Bear, that type of thing. So all the other cool stuff that Southern California has is relatively accessible, but you can be here a little more inland, a little more north, and be in a nice area that's just going to be a little bit more affordable. So. The third big plus about Temecula is the public school system. So it is a great public school district that's here. So Temecula Valley Unified School District is super, super highly rated. Across the board, almost all the schools are rated 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, and 10 out of 10. The best school in the district is actually the high school, so that's located in South Temecula. It's the Great Oak High School. It's super, super highly rated. It's somewhere in the top, it's like a top 1,500 school in the nation, so it's super highly rated. It has all types of advanced programs, AP and CP courses, and a lot of people will move here to this area just so their kids can go to high school and be part of that high school, and then once they graduate, they take off. So it's a big draw, it's a big plus, and that's a really good thing for home values as well, and resale value is when you buy a home that's in a good school district, it's going to be a good thing long term to make sure that that your home continues to go up long term in value. So the next thing, number 4, is the city of Temecula has grown quite a bit. So again, I've lived here for a long time. I mentioned 25 years. I have lived in some of the surrounding cities as well. So cities of Winchester, Murrieta, and Temecula. So a little bit of combination of everything. But when we first lived here, 25 years ago, it was a super, super small town. There's been a ton of growth here locally, over the last couple decades. So there's a ton of houses that have been built, a ton of infrastructure that has been built, a lot of freeway expansions, new freeways put in, shopping centers, malls, casino has been expanded. There's a downtown area now, right? It has grown so much. So the reason I wanted to mention this is a lot of times, and I guess I'm at fault for doing this, but when I'm talking with people, we always mention, really Temecula is more of like a bedroom community. So which means, a lot of people live here and they commute out. So they live in Temecula, they commute out to San Diego, they commute out to LA for work, they might commute out to Orange County, right? And so when we say that, a lot of people kind of have a perception on what that means size-wise. But Temecula is actually, it's a pretty big city. So inside the city, there's about 110,000 people that live here now. There's a ton of infrastructure, malls and Costco's and shopping centers and wineries and it's a big city. You know, there's a lot that it has to offer. So, but there's 110,000 people that live in Temecula, and then really the surrounding area is about 500,000 people. So, and that includes like some of the surrounding cities like Murrieta, Menifee, Winchester, some of the unincorporated areas and whatnot. But you know, there's about 500,000 people that live here, which means it's really good size. It is not a small little dinky city. It has grown a ton, and there's actually a lot that the city has to offer for sure. Number 5 is the weather, and this is the last thing I wanted to mention. But you know, we're here in Southern California. We do not get very much rain. It definitely gets a little hot in the summer. Personally, I prefer the heat, so I don't mind it. You know, we don't have snow and stuff like that. Again, we're Southern California, but because of that, you know, about 8 months of the year we have super nice weather. So it's hot for 2 months. The other 8 months, the 8 months are super nice, and then there's about a couple months where we get some rainy days here and there. I think there's less than 20 rainy days a year on average that we get, so we don't get a ton of rain, but we do get a little bit of a winter there. It's a little bit cold for me, but most of the year is super nice. We don't have this super extreme colds or too much really unpleasant weather. It gets hot during the summer. A lot of people have pools. You have AC. Go inside, you turn it on. You're comfortable. Not really a big deal. And then it actually cools down at night. So those are things that I think makes Temecula so great. So again, it's affordable. You're about an hour away from all the other cool stuff Southern California has to offer. It's got a great public school system. It is no longer a little city. It has grown quite a bit, and it's got some really great weather. And when we're here in Southern California, so. Hopefully that's good perspective for you guys. If you have questions, feel free to reach out. You can call, you can text, or you can email me, and hopefully I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.